introduce you to a new bow with fun tails. And this one we're going to make for summertime, but we're making it in this fun color palette that can transition to fall as well. So it's great to make some wreaths in that color scheme so people can use them to overlap between the seasons. So we're going with really bright orange and black. We're adding the black in for the pop of drama. If you've never done that with your normal color scheme, give it a try. It will add a lot of depth to your bow. You don't need a lot, so I'm going to show you how to do it now. These are the 3 ribbons we're going to use, 2 2.5 and 1 5/8. Everybody does have wire, and that's important. We're going to start with the white orange on the background. I'm going to load it up on the bow maker, and you guys know we're going to have a complete supply list for you here so you can get every supply we have available on Cleese.com. I'm going to make my tails at about 24 inches to start off, so really long. And don't worry about any kind of cut on the end because we're going to be doing something fun. So 24 to start off, and I'm going to go in the center and twist. Hold that in the middle with your right hand, and we're going to bring this loop out to 6.5. And I'm twisting forward with my left and backward with my right. Over here at 6.5 also. Now I'm going forward with my right and backward with my left. We're going to do 2 loops on each side, okay? So here is our second one. Same procedure, you're going to start to spread those out. And then we're coming over here to do one more. And the loops are the same size and the tails are the same size. Everybody matches. Bring those back, and you can cut them at an angle. That would work fine. But we're going to do something fun. So don't worry too much about making the tails too perfect, okay? Now, we're going to come in with our next layer, and this one is going to be in the black. And we're going to come just with a pop of the black in there. And I want this tail to also be the same length. So really long again, 24, okay? 24, come to the center and twist. And this loop is also going to be pretty long. We're going to go out to 6, a little bit shorter. So we start to kind of shape our bow. 6 over here, I'm back on the right side. And we're going to scrunch it because just one loop, okay? And this is already pretty. This is a 2-1 recipe, but we're going to build up from here. That's one of the fun things. We can keep adding layers. I'm just going to cut these at angles to match. All right, and those tails are ready. Now bring in your 5/8, and we're going to let this one just go to town. The first thing I want you to do is just add a tail that's longer than everybody else, about 30 inches. A really long tail, we're going to add that in right here. And we're going to cut that on both sides. This is going to be so fun. Wait till you see. That one's going in. Now we're going to create some loops with a shorter tail, about 20 inches. So make that tail ready to do some loops. We're going to do 3. And these are all going to be at 6 also, okay? So I'm twisting when I come to the center. You don't actually have to twist. It's okay to let these just be loosey-goosey, but you just have to be careful when you don't twist that loops can slide around on you, but it's all right. It's kind of our look we're going for. I'm going to twist anyway, but don't panic. It's a little bit more tedious with the 5/8. So I need one more loop on this side. And so you've created all this whimsy in there now. See how whimsical that is? And that's fun. Now cut this tail shorter like the other one. And we're going to come back in with our cute orange. We're going to lay that on top right here. And I'm going to do a fun little bow tie with this. And so a bow tie is a loop that has no tails. So I want this to be about 5 inches on either side. So I'll make sure I cut myself enough right here. And then I'm going to take and just layer these over each other and come right in the center. And we're going to have a loop on either side. Just pleat that up. So it's basically loops with no tails with a nice finish in the middle. Bring that in right there. Pretty, pretty. And now we're going to finish with a pop of black, and we'll have some black tails in the front. So I'm going to bring in first, put the black on my bow spool holder and switch this around, and now we're going to pop this on the front. I'm going to cut that at an angle to match on the right side. And come on in here. Bring it in the middle. Now I've just got about a 16-inch tail. I'm going to twist. And then we're going to just do a nice little loop at, this is about 5. And this will be my final loop of this one. Beautiful. Isn't that fun? I just love layering these bows up like this. These are so fun to make and so different. Okay, So we're done with all our loops. We're very happy with how everything looks. And what we're going to do now is take this off the bow maker. Go slow and steady. Run your cable tie beside the dowels. Put a finger on top. Slide these towards the middle. Get a little pressure on there. Now you're not done. You're not even close to done. But it's tight in the middle. And what I want you to do is hold this with your fingers. Rotate that back. And I want you now to start fluffing out your bow, and that means separating all the tails, okay? And the loops. We're doing both. Here we're doing the loops, and I want these stacked on top of each other. You can separate them if you want. You can put more or less loops, whatever you want, okay? Isn't that's just so fun and so cute, nice and full. You see where that pop of black really comes in. It makes it look fun. Now rotate this to the back. Like I said, we're going to use this for summertime. But this bow would also be great going into Halloween or fall with the same color combo. Now grab a cable tie cutter. Those are my wire cutters. I'm going to cut that off. And now just grab a little piece of that 5/8 ribbon. And we're going to run that down the middle. Just about 8 to 10 inches. You just cut that off right there. And you don't even have to fold it or anything, just go right down the center. Or if you want it to be a little neater, you can. Get it a little more trim and run that in the middle. A couple of knots back here. And speaking of knots, I'm going to show you something fun to do with these tails, which is just whimsical and just different. So take your bow, lay it out, and remember we left these killer long tails. And what's fun to do is pop some knots in these. So just take and make just a hand over hand knot, and then make sure you kind of keep it high and watch that tail as you get ready to pull it, and then just pull that tight. You put these fun, funky knots in, and they hang so fun. Okay, so there's one there, and layer them out. Like I'm going to make this black one a little longer, so I'm going to make a loop and have it come out a little bit further down. Okay, maybe towards the end. So you can see when they start stacking up how cute they are. And you can add more or less of this as you want. But this is just a fun, different piece you can do. Let's do some of these smaller ones. I'm going to put a couple of knots in it. You can keep them loose like this. Just let them hang down. I think it's just refreshing and different. And I used to do this all the time when I was making cascading pieces from wreaths. I kind of go through phases doing things differently, and then I try them again, and then we change it up. But you can do it 100 different ways, guys. So there I put more of a bigger knot. Let's tie this one in. But it just makes for a fun tail. And you know, I was thinking this would be super cute for like a scarecrow wreath also. And then I'm going to keep these top ones not knotted so they can just kind of curl in there. And if you wanted, we could have even added more tails behind that had less knots. But here it is. Here's our Knotty Bow. I want you to try it. It's a little naughty, but I promise it's going to be fun. Hey, everybody likes to be a little naughty sometimes, guys. So give it a try. I can't wait to add this to our summertime wreath and see how we like it. But you can make this for any season, y'all. And I'll see you next time, Bloomerinos.